Hey guys, question. Do new versions of the Bible take out the blood of Jesus? Let's look and see. We've got the 1526 William Tyndale Old Bible in English. We've got the facsimile of the King James 1611. We've got a new English edition from the Pope, if you will, and it's called an English translation from the Catholic Roman Vulgate. And then we've got the RSV. Let's look at each one real quickly. Romans chapter 3 and verse 25, because the Bible tells us plainly the gospel of salvation through faith in the blood of Jesus. So when we turn to the Tyndale Bible and we go to Romans chapter 3 and verse 25, look what we find. We find it says, whom God hath made a seat of mercy through faith in his blood. Well, there's faith in the blood of Jesus. It instructs us plainly we must place our faith in the blood to be saved. Here we go to the King James Bible, Romans chapter 3 and verse 25. And here we find the same thing, whom God has set forth to be a propitiation through faith in his blood. Do new versions of the Bible give us that instruction? Do they tell us to put our faith in the blood of Jesus? No. When you go to these new versions of the Bible, look how they twist it. Look how they change it. Look how they pervert it. Look how they make it so ambiguous to where you can't understand. Here's Romans 3:25 in a Vulgate translation. Whom God has set forth as a propitiation by his blood through faith. Through faith in what? They don't tell you what to put your faith in. If you know that church, they'd rather you have your faith in the blood in a cup rather than the blood on the cross. But according to the King James, according to the right line of text, you can find what you put your faith in. But that verse is changed. Romans chapter 3 and verse 25 in the RSV reads with many modern translations today. And it's very hard to find because look how they changed the numbers. But it says, whom God put forth as an expiation by his blood, comma, to be received by faith. But faith in what? They don't tell you. You need to know what to put your faith in, and even the King James Bible, the translators of the King James Bible, knew what your faith was to be in. In the translation to the readers, you can go up here and you can see where it says, through faith in his blood. Are you a King James Bible believer? If not, why not? It's very hard to get saved in these other versions. That's why you need to stick with the blessed old book that tells you how to be saved through faith in his blood.